Hey everybody, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be reviewing the final installment of the monsterverse franchise, Godzilla vs. Kong. Let's get started. Godzilla vs. Kong is directed by Adam Wingard, and it stars Millie Bobby Brown, Brian Tyree Henry, Julian Dennison, and Alexander Skarsgård. So we open this movie, we're on Skull Island in a containment unit where Kong is being kept for safekeeping for now. But as more and more scientists discover the ancient rivalry between Godzilla and Kong, the scientists on Skull Island are trying to decide the best place to put Kong for safekeeping, because they know Godzilla will go to any lengths to find Kong, because there can only be one apex predator, when it comes to this ancient rivalry. So that's kind of what the scientists on Skull Island are dealing with, and then there are other scientists around the globe who are working on their own missions to figure out how to deal with this ancient rivalry that it seems has come up again after a long time of pretty much quietness between the two. So overall, I thought this movie was super awesome to watch. When you watch all the MonsterVerse movies all the way up to this point, you get a lot more backstory, you get a lot more history. So it makes the movie that much more exciting to finally see King Kong go against Godzilla, which is the fight of the century, the fight that everybody just wants to see. And people were pretty divided, fandom was pretty divided when this movie came out last year, early 2021, where some people were saying Kong has got no chance, Godzilla's going to totally beat him. But for me, I was Team Kong just because I like to root for the underdog. I like to see what a creature with really no radioactivity or anything like Godzilla has, see what he can do, because I've seen Kong fight, and I've seen what Kong can do to so many other huge creatures that that he's fought. But it was just really cool to see all the history, all the theories and stuff when it came to where these titans actually came from, which they found out was Hollow Earth. That was a side adventure that some scientists, and we got to see Millie Bobby Brown's character Maddie show up again, and this time she had a friend with her, and we also got to see a podcast guy named Bernie, who's played by Brian Tyree Henry. They went on their own adventure to figure out what's going on with stuff going on in Hong Kong. We're a group called Apex Cybernetics, which is pretty much like the new bad guy. We're working on something super secretive, and there's nothing good, and Godzilla was aware of that, and Godzilla has now been dubbed as the bad guy because he just showed up out of nowhere and he's starting to just destroy the facility. Of course, as we know, there's more to the story when it comes to Godzilla and why he does what he does. But that was a fun little side adventure that I really enjoyed seeing. There's definitely some comedy thrown in there. Brian Tyree Henry and Julian Dennison had some really funny banter back and forth, and it was just really awesome to see this movie. I've seen it a few times now, but it just always is fun to see a movie like this where you pretty much just expect a big fight, and there's good storyline and good plot development, but really I'm just there to see Kong and Godzilla fight more than once. They go all out. Like, it's absolutely incredible seeing how far these guys are going to go, how strong they are, how persistent they are with how strong they are in their fighting abilities. Favorite moments, really just seeing Kong and Godzilla face off was really my favorite moment. They face off a couple times. The fight in Hong Kong is definitely my favorite scene. And then there's also when they team up at the end to fight Mecha Godzilla, which is just absolutely crazy. That I'm sure a lot of people when this movie came out were super excited to see Mecha Godzilla show up. It was I could kind of guess that. I've seen enough movies where you got enemies fighting each other, and then a bigger threat emerges, and it's like the enemy of the enemy is your friend. So Kong and Godzilla team up to fight Mecha Godzilla, which was absolutely crazy to just see how smart those guys were when they fight together instead of against each other. But it was just one of those movie experiences that you're gonna remember for a long time. I definitely will. And when this movie came out, they gave you the option to either watch it on HBO Max or in theaters, and I just decided to see it on HBO Max because I didn't really have any, super big desire to go to the theater to see it. I'm not like a huge fan of it, but I'm like, oh, let's watch it at home, and it was free, so I didn't have to spend any money. But then I watched it on the digital version. I'm like, yeah, I gotta see this in the theaters because the big screen experience is exactly why Godzilla vs. Kong exists. This type of movie was only meant to be seen on the big screen, so I went and saw it on the big screen, and it was just 10 times better seeing it on the big screen with all the surround sound and all the action. It was just a really, really great movie experience for me that a lot of people said that it kind of brought back the movie experiences after going without movies for like a year or so. Godzilla vs. Kong kind of started getting the ball rolling again for movie enthusiasts like me. And it was just a really great memory that I have of movie theater experiences. So for Kong vs. Godzilla, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. And before you go, drop in the comments below, who did you cheer for in Godzilla vs. Kong? And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.